The case of a fire that swept through the Dunoon informal settlement yesterday is still under investigation. Hundreds of people have now been left homeless ahead of Christmas. Nasiphi Same is there for us and joins us now for an update. Nasiphi, good morning to you. What do we understand to have happened there, and what's happened to those that have been affected?
Well, Clement, what I can say is that heartbreaking scenes is what is currently happening here in Dunoon, where hundreds of people, as you put it, have been left destitute after that fire yesterday morning that raged through this particular community, destroying a number of homes and shacks that were here, leaving hundreds destitute. But to talk to us more, not necessarily about the fire, but just the history about the fires that occur here, I'm joined by one of the residents, Mama siyabulela for ixesha lakho, but ubundixelela apha uba awuqala utshelwa. I mean, just last month alone, besilapha eDunoon for umlilo that had occurred.
Ewe sisi wami akuqala utsha kube nje apha kudala sitshelwa sinyamezelele enhlalo apha thina okwasingaphi ukuthi endaweni enye yonke indawo enamatyotyombe apha ikho irest kuwesike kule ndawo yethu oko sahlala apha ko movement akho ntoni sihlelisiwe qha noba kutshile xhomekeka kuwe zibonele emva kokuphinde kutshe okoko xhomekeka kuwe sisa sonele ngoku kudala sisehlela lento sihlala nabantwana kwezihlala nosista bethu kwezindawo sive xa uvele nditshelo nonke endlini kuthiwa yithini ixhomekeke entweni nakho niksi into oyifumanayo emva koko umzekelo sinekutya besikuthengele for December apha kutshe kwanto apha soqala phantsi siqala ngantoni umzekelo amadoda wethu amanye awaphangeli ngoku uyazimela endlini iwejisenye wenza ngayo yonke le nto ilapha sonele sisi sonele oko simele into enye kutshe oko sisi
Before we wrap, I just want to quickly bring you in. You were highlighting the fact that there aren't any starter kits that are being provided. Just quickly for us.
Yes, I can say that, you see, in proudness. What is happening here is how many years what's happening here. We don't need to stay here. We need now the government can look after us. And then we need the government can understand. So we need the vote. We can do it at the vote. But now he don't reply and do anything what we need on this government. So we vote each and every day. Every time they ask us to go and vote, we're wasting our ID, we're wasting everything. But this thing is not about us. It's about something. It's happening every day, every night, every December. It's happening here.
So basically, Mamulimi said they're highlighting the fact that this is not the first time that she's been affected by the fire. I mean, earlier on, or rather in October, we were here where there were two fires that had occurred in this particular community, not too far from where we are standing. But I'm joined by Alisa Blay from Gift of the Givers, who's also been here since yesterday, providing humanitarian relief. But Ali, every December during the fire season we meet and there's obviously, destruction around us. Talk to us about perhaps the reasons that cause these fires. I mean, Dunoon, Kaeli, Chamas, Pumelele and Imizamo yethu.
As you can see, this informal settlement is very densely populated, as the Masipumelele and Imzama as well. So when the fire occurred yesterday and the call came through, it's the Ithembeni area, we knew already it's going to be a big fire. And when the community members and community leaders called us at 6 a.m. in the morning, asking us to come to their assistance, we then called the City of Cape Town Fire Department and their disaster risk management teams, who indeed informed us they are en route here already. The fire department has been since 5:30 a.m. And when we got here at 9 a.m., we saw many explosions happening. The reason being is this community lives below the breadline. And throughout the year, they save for a Stokvel food parcel. During last week, they received that food parcel, and in there was 5-litre cooking oil. So when the fire occurred, that cooking oil exploded, and that spread the fire further. So all credit due to the fire department, where this disaster could have been much worse. But our hearts go out to the victims. All their savings, all their belongings is completely burnt out. When the fire department left, we saw communities streaming in, looking under the rubble. What could they save? Our teams provided them with hot meals yesterday. We are here today to provide them further with hot meals. We are here with the City of Cape Town disaster management team, with the SASSA officials, to get the proper assessments, to see how many structures has burnt out, how many community members affected. Over the next few days, we will further assist them with mattresses, blankets, toiletry packs, baby care packs. And in the new year, the families are already concerned. Mothers are telling us they keep their children's school uniform for 2 or 3 years, as they cannot afford to buy that school uniform. So we are assisting them with new school uniform and stationery. And this is the 8th fire we are dealing with in the last 2 weeks.
Ali, on that note that this is the 8th fire and probably the 5th fire here in Dunoon alone this year, you were talking about the readiness of Gift of the Givers when it comes to the fire season. Would you say that this fire season started sooner than had anticipated?
It has, because normally we expect the fire to occur during the first week or the end of December going into the new year. But over the last 2 to 3 weeks, we had an early experience of fires. It was first Samora Machel, then Dunoon, then it was Dunoon. Last week we had another fire. It was Kailicha, it was Crossroads, it was Newzroom. But our warehouse was quite geared up, because history has shown for the last 7 to 10 years, this is the hot period for fire season. Our warehouse is stocked up in terms of humanitarian aid. So when a fire occurs, we would not like to delay the assistance to the affected victims. And there are more calls coming out from councillors asking us, will we be there if any further fire occurs in other parts of town.
And just quickly for us, Ali, what would you say would be a solution for these communities, quickly?
Permanent housing, as simple as that. These people some of these children, we've been here 7 years ago in the exact spot. These children has grown up. Mothers are concerned, is this the condition the children are going to grow up in with? We spoke to a grandmother who informed us she thought she's going to get an RDP house. She's afraid she's going to die here. So the only solution is permanent housing.
Thank you so much. We'll have to leave it there. Ali Sablé there, just talking about the readiness of Gift of the Givers during this particular period, which is known as the fire season, where we see sporadic fires throughout various townships. We heard from Uma Mulimise, they're saying that they'd saved up for their groceries come this festive season. However, everything has perished in that particular fire. A number of residents highlighting that the City of Cape Town used to provide fire starter kits for victims of fire in order for them to at least put a roof over their head. However, that is no longer available for residents. However, we will hear from the City of Cape Town when they've tallied up the numbers as to how many structures have been affected, how many people have been affected, and what they are going to do to assist this community. But the Gift of the Givers highlighting that a permanent solution will indeed be a permanent houses, or rather RDP homes, provided to these hotspot communities where we usually see fires during this fire season.
Nasiphi Same, thank you for that update.